This week on INC News World.
Modimo o ka nthusa kae ntate a ntataisa a mpontsha mogau wa modimo a mpontsha tsela a nthuta gore ke tle ke pholohe ke gore ke tle ke etse jwang.
As a result of the intensive efforts of propagation in the continent of Africa, many joined the true faith. In Ashtabula, Ohio, we witness history take place through an inaugural worship service. A man and his family are brought together into the true faith in Manitoba.
I solemnly vow to uphold and obey.
Your INC News World starts now. Welcome to INC News World. I'm Brother Michael Guerrero, coming to you from the INC Media Studios in San Francisco, California. The intensive propagational work of the Church of Christ continues to result in people throughout the world discovering the true faith. And for the continent of Africa, this work surely continues to change lives for the better. Michael Robinson has the story.
There is an ongoing mission here in Africa that has reached countries throughout the continent. People who once thought they knew God, but were enlightened now by the true faith.
Manishwa Jeanette Ladi, Kinentaki Tulete, Kisan, King Buffalo, Jimo Dame Bakasa, Sisi Wori, Juno Okan Tusakai, Dade, and Dadaisa, and Bonsam Hawamodimo, and Bons Hazela, and Tuta Hore, who really take a polo hair, Kurikis as well.
People like Malaloa are part of the great result of the intense propagational work of the true faith to help people know God. And Africa is no exception. Even with experiencing worsening living conditions, the Church of Christ continues to change many lives. Many joining due to the intense efforts to share the truth with people. Project 109, as implemented by the Executive Minister Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, districts throughout Africa show their united spirit in bringing more people into the true faith. And now, a series of baptisms have been held through the different districts of the Church of Christ, showing its ongoing growth already at the beginning of the new year. Like the Ecclesiastical District of Southern Africa, people from the kingdoms of Lesotho and Eswatini were gathered in numbers as a series of baptisms were held with residents eager to become part of the true faith.
The reason why I joined Church of Christ, they taught me a lot about the Bible. And they taught me a lot of that there's only one God. So that is why I joined Church of Christ. Treated her all look at baby, look at her old ones. It's mom didn't get about happy. Make a salad in a mahal, Pakena Corvetton, Kimempa, offended thing what Church of Christ get to men over the couple of one in that day. I'm never to see it.
And the work did not stop there, as the Ecclesiastical District of Southeastern Africa added more baptized members into the church, like in Salima, Malawi. New members inspired by why joining the Church of Christ was the right choice.
Dinero ampingo at Cristo, Dimo Dinero Betita. Demo Gambago was let's say anima fan is a boom, Steve, Pampingo Mini. The one the Damuro Migramu.
Is the prehistory that being rock history to the remote Tomoyo Island? The road of Migia was out, Bobo, at the Bulandias. Do in the Majimo Anga at the pool of Vida, and the one the Bulandes that would eat was the Zarumigila in Gold, Boyanga or special.
The president of history, this role is quite regular and neat rubber with our faith. They won the Bologna that will disaster and never said young, Mam Ramu.
Lubos po nilang naunawaan na kailangan po nilang umanib sa loob po ng Iglesia ni Cristo para makatiyak po ng pangakong kaligtasan.
Even more baptized members in the Ecclesiastical District of Northern Africa. Areas in eastern Uganda, like Kampala, held baptisms as a result of the overwhelming response of people accepting the true faith. This all part of the unity seen within the Church of Christ to bring everyone closer to the truth.
We are one and united with the church administration led by our beloved brother Eduardo D. Manalo in their campaign when it comes to the intensified work of propagation. And because of the love and mercy of our Lord God, many more people continue to join the Church of Christ in this part of the world.
And as Africa continues to see tremendous growth in the true faith amongst its countrymen, one can only look forward with even greater hope, as this work of salvation is all possible through the help of God. To learn more about the Church of Christ and its teachings, visit us at incmedia.org. Michael Robinson, Iglesia ni Cristo News Network.
Located in the northeastern part of Ohio by Lake Erie is the city of Ashtabula. Filled with museums and various cultural centers, this city is rich with history. And it is also here where we witness history in the making as the Church of Christ reaches this part of the United States. Christy Malari with the details.
Chris Vadine, a resident of Ashtabula, Ohio, was a former member of the United Methodist Church and even held an office as a lay speaker. But once he went to Austin, Texas, he never would have thought the course of his life would change.
I first really learned about the Church of Christ when I was in Austin, Texas, and I was looking for something to do, and I went into a house of worship in Austin, Texas one night and really enjoyed what I saw.
He realized that a worship service was taking place. With the help of the officers, he was led inside to be able to attend the holy occasion.
I went through the first worship service. Believe it or not, I was wondering if it was a fit. It felt good.
And after that first worship service, Chris noticed something that he couldn't find in his previous religion, which made him want to come back to learn more.
I find very unique that drew me to Iglesia ni Cristo was how the worship service is truly based on the Bible and really focuses on the Bible. And that was what I really liked about it. Most Christian churches are just one or two passages of the Bible and someone talking for 20 or 30 minutes. So I started going, I got involved, and the rest is history.
But after returning home to Ashtabula, Chris would have another trial, traveling 70 miles from Ashtabula to Cleveland to be able to attend the worship service.
In bad weather, it could be up to 2 to 3 hours. There were a lot of challenges around the weather, especially in the winter. We can get a lot of snow and a lot of blowing and drifting and freezing along the freeways. We've had brethren get hit by boulders coming off mountains, brethren hitting lots of deer, and it was pretty unsafe for some of them.
And after seeing the growing need of members there, the church administration approved the establishment of the group worship service in Ashtabula, Ohio. Led by supervising minister Brother Ermin Bendicio, an inaugural worship service was held to commemorate the establishment of this group worship service. And members of the Church of Christ from Cleveland would travel to attend this special worship gathering.
The church administration has helped the brethren in this area because they have approved the establishment of the Ashtabula group worship service, as well as approving the leadership officers to lead the brethren in this area so that we can always conduct our worship services here in this place of worship.
When it is snowing heavily, they have to travel for hours or more going to the local of Cleveland to attend our worship services. Imagine the length of time they travel, especially during the heavy snowfall. So the establishment of Ashtabula group worship service will save our brethren 2 hours of travel time to attend our worship services. Another thing is that we can propagate our faith on the Iglesia ni Cristo.
Members of the Church of Christ in Ashtabula are proud and excited to see the church expand even in this city, especially knowing that the church is no longer so far away.
To our Executive Minister, Eduardo Vanella, I would like to thank you for approving this group worship service. It is a blessing for me and my wife.
We're real proud to have a GWS here, and it's a great group of people that I have spent a lot of time with. It's really nice to be able to have it out here and be together with this group of people that aren't only members of the church but good friends.
With the Church of Christ now in Ashtabula, Opportunities for residents to learn more about the true faith grow. To learn more about the Church of Christ, visit incmedia.org/get-to-know-us or click on the red question tab to speak with a minister of the gospel. Christy Miliari, Iglesia ni Cristo News Network, Ashtabula, Ohio.
In the province of Manitoba, located in the central part of Canada, 36% of the population report to have no religion or secular perspective. However, there are those who continue to seek the true religion and are able to find what they've been looking for. Mark from Winnipeg was on a neighborhood walk with his family until he noticed something different about a building that otherwise was a familiar sight.
We are walking, and we're looking at the church because we know before it's from a different church. We realize that has become the Iglesia de Cristo already.
Since then, Mark hoped to get a chance to learn about the church. Soon after, a conversation with a coworker led to something more.
We were talking about religions, so that's when I realized that she is a member of the Iglesia de Cristo.
With the Iglesia de Cristo Church of Christ leaving an impression, Mark, along with his family, pursued to learn more about the true religion, beginning with attending Bible studies.
We kept on going. It's really for the faith. I personally was enlightened of all the teachings.
As he and his sons learned more about the true faith, he developed a strong hope for one thing.
I want my family to be included when time comes, and I want salvation for my family, and also to worship one true God.
And Mark's hope for his family was fulfilled as he and his two sons received the holy baptism inside the Church of Christ. He knows that one day soon his wife will also be with them in the Church of Christ. In the Ecclesiastical District of Manitoba, this holy occasion was led by the supervising district minister, Brother Roland Andrade, in the House of Worship in Winnipeg, while the local congregation of Regina was also connected through video conferencing.
In the District of Manitoba, Canada, the baptism that we conducted is indeed very significant for the Church of Christ through the leadership of our beloved executive minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo. Inasmuch as there is a rapid decline of religions in various parts of the world, the Church of Christ, on the other hand, continues to grow in number in all corners of the world.
Among others who received this great blessing were those like Peter Peters.
What I found particularly interesting about Iglesia is they don't take it out of the top of their head. Everything's from the book. This is the answer, so you can ask and they'll give you the same answer. And that's what got me really going.
And today, he is joined with his wife in also receiving the holy baptism.
I met my coworker, and she invited me for Bible study. I said, okay. And then I go, and then I start, and I want to go to continue and to be part of INC.
All were filled with joy as they reached this momentous day in their life.
It has been something I've been waiting for, and once the actual baptism happened, I felt relief and felt blessed.
Knowing there are those who continue to search for the truth, members here in the District of Manitoba and all around the world continue their part in sharing their faith. To learn more about the Church of Christ, visit incmedia.org/get-to-know-us. In the continuation of this week's episode of INC News World. In response to the ongoing struggles due to inflation faced by residents in Surrey, the Church of Christ extends care through an outreach event. From North America to Australia, we witness the latest events inside the Church of Christ. Stay tuned.